up, everybody? Nova Sun or Nova Lord, whatever the heck you want to call me. But that is #Bakugo back out here with part 4 of What If Deku had Gilgamesh's power. I am sorry it took so long for me to throw this what if out there. I've been busy. Well, not necessarily busy, but I've been trying to get things done and like occupied, so I would have enough free time during my weekend to actually pop out what if and episodes back to back to back to back. So y'all could look forward to, I think, 6 videos if I don't make this one exceedingly long, because you know my Gilgamesh what if series has the longest hour count, well, minute count, out of all the other what ifs I have. I am no longer gonna do what if Deku had Broly's wrathful form, because I personally have gone bored with it. And if I see enough comics saying y'all want it back, I'll bring it back. But if anything else, give me like some ideas. Like Charlotte gave me the idea to do what's it called? What if Deku had Muscular's power? And I saw another one that was interesting. What was it called? I forgot. I will look into it later. Y'all probably see it. And I know at least one of you asked me to do a what if series based on me. Well, if I was in My Hero Academia. And well, my Quirk would be kind of broken, but so I'm gonna do that a bit later. And when I say broken, it's gonna be stupidly broken. Even All Might couldn't do anything to it, so yeah. But anyways, yeah, on with the what if. Now, last we left off, it was after the UA festival. So I think it is the internships or the attack on the crap, I forgot the name of it. I literally saw the episode legit yesterday, and I can't believe I forgot. But it's the internships, and since Deku, and I also read a comment saying that Deku should be like a little bit like Ghost Rider, because Gilgamesh would lend him his chain but not give it to him, which I can actually agree with. I can agree with that. But in this case, Deku's gonna have to use the chain. He's gonna have to be real, like what's it? Mature. I think it's the word I'm looking for. Real mature and respectful with the chain, else, you know, Gilgamesh is gonna take it. Well, not take it away, but he's gonna like give him a different weapon. And I'm not gonna lie, that chain's a pretty useful. Well, partner in this scenario. Because a world of Quirks, if you have a weapon that could not only cancel out Quirks but deal damage, you're pretty much set. I can't even lie, you're set. But yeah. Alright. So, it's the internships, and Deku says he was first, has all of these internships at his, like, legit on his character, really, on his head, his shoulders, his hands, arms, legs. I'm being metaphorical here. I'm just saying Deku has a lot of internships. People want him with them. Even Endeavor, even though Deku doesn't use fire, he knows that his chains could cancel out Quirks, and not only that, he can summon them from multiple angles. And he'd be like, Endeavor, only thinking about strengthening his son to beat All Might, would think that it would be useful to have someone that could cancel out Quirks, train against Shoto, so Shoto could know how to maneuver around such an opponent that could cancel out a Quirk, which, I'm not gonna lie, is actually a good idea. But at the same time, we all know Shoto Todoroki hates Endeavor, and Endeavor is just a loathsome father, and I personally hate his character. because he pretty much beat up Shoto for no reason. Literally no reason. Like, I don't even understand. Put his mom in the hospital. I know Todoroki was gonna be mad, but Jesus. The family's kind of screwed up, if you ask me, but yeah, who am I to judge? Anyway, yeah, it's the internships. Deku, still influenced by Gilgamesh, would probably not choose any of them, but he would catch hint on keep tabs on Ida, because he would feel something's going. It's like something's off. I can't remember the name of the city to save my life. I really can't. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I can't remember the name of the city. I've heard it so many times. How can I not remember? Oh. Hold on, I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I now know the name of the city. It's Hosu City. Yeah. So, crap. Yeah, Deku takes the internship that is in Hosu City. That is close to where Ida is going, so he can keep tabs on Ida and make sure he doesn't do anything reckless. Now, breaking character a bit. No, I'm breaking character entirely. I'm just breaking the fourth wall, alright? Because I need to talk to you all as a group, to, as a family, just to make sure I get something straight. Because if y'all want me to do these what-ifs storyline like, then I can do that. It's quite simple for me. Personally, I create stories almost on a daily basis. It's just, I have a lot of things coming up here on the fly, and it's really just, I could write it out on paper, but that'd be scripting, and I said before, I refuse to script. I don't like scripts. They limit my imagination. But, yeah. I just want y'all to know this next What If series, the What If series I'm gonna post pretty soon after, will be what if I was in My Hero. What if I was in My Hero Academia? And the name of my Quirk, I already know. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna allow you to choose it. I will let y'all choose what Quirk Deku will have next time, but for me, I already know the Quirk I will have. The Quirk is the power of law/theory. It is a mutation Quirk, but it doesn't change anything outside of me physically. It only changes like my brain, so it's like a constantly active Quirk, so it can't be cancelled or nullified, or in any way just like erased or stolen without legit having to take out my brain. Because, plot armor. But that's besides the point. I already have a type of law and theory that my character will off the rip know, because, it's my character. He's not gonna be in the world instantly knowledged, but it's gonna be something he finds in a book or something. So yeah, that's what I mean. Because, I'm not gonna start the story yet, considering this is what if Deku had Gilgamesh's power. So yeah, I'm just letting y'all know that the next one I'm gonna be recording after this is what if I was in My Hero. So, and the only reason I'm doing that is because, I kind of want to see how my Quirk would fare against everyone. So yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so back at it. Deku will choose a internship inside Hosu City so he can keep tabs on Ida. And the moment he sees that Ida is nowhere to be seen, he I guess you could say no. He would see Ida like walk into some alleyway or run into some alleyway, and he would tell him there. But it's gonna be via rooftops, cause he's not gonna walk through no alleyway, cause you know he's a king. He prefers the high ground, and I should say he wants to look down on his enemies, cause that's the type of guy Gilgamesh is somewhat. Anyway, yeah. So Deku will be telling Ida, and he would see Ida and another hero. He would see another hero like on a wall wounded, and he would see Ida about to recklessly and in the blind rage rush at this guy that took down a pro hero that even Ida's not on the level of. So yeah, before yikes, hiccups. So before Ida moves, Deku like shoots out a spear from the golden gate beside him, and it lands like right in front of Ida, and Ida like stops in like mid movement. Even a hero killer would be like, wait, what the hell is this? And then Deku would be, you know, on a building in front of the moon, looking down on both of them like an absolute badass. And he would say, Ida, you imbecile. Is this how a hero would act? You know, being influenced a little bit by Gilgamesh. He does know how heroes are supposed to act. They're supposed to be rational, and they're supposed to think about every possible option they have to not only save themselves and keep themselves alive so they can keep fighting, but also protect others around them. And Ida's stupid self was going to get himself killed and the native hero killed. So yeah, Deku pretty much is talking sense into Ida at this point. And Ida, still angry, would be like, why are you here? This is none of your business. At this point, Deku would just like slap the guy. Like, absolutely bitch slap him. I'm sorry, but it's true. Ida really needed that type of slap in this moment just to bring him back to his senses. And what I would say is, Stan would be lost for words, the native would be lost for words, and Ida would just be dumbfounded, with his head like slightly tilted from the slap. And Deku would say, think about it. If you get yourself killed, who's gonna carry your brother's legacy? Because his brother will be forgotten, and Ida won't be able to keep his brother's legacy since he's gonna be dead as well. So yeah, Deku pretty much told Ida to go sit down by the native and think about his actions. Being a legit older brother. And Ida, reluctant, goes sit down by native. And Stan's like, what just happened? Hold on. No. This is not happening. And then, out of nowhere, he gets chained up and put against a wall. Deku picks up the spear he shot at Ida, the spear of Longevious, and he holds it up to the hero's killer's neck. And they will say, shut up. You're not even worth my time. And the hero killer would be like, you took me out in no time flat, as well as talked some sense into a guy that had a death wish and saved another hero. Although Stain has his own principles, he would respect this Deku for how quickly he handled it, but was still kind of like shocked with the fact that he just talked someone into some, well, I shouldn't say talked someone into submission, but like kind of scolded Ida in front of him. He's like, you scold somebody in front of a villain? What type of person are you? And almost as if he read his mind, Deku would answer, "I am the Hero King." Stain would be like, "Wait, how'd you know what I was thinking?" They would be like, "I don't, I just felt like saying something." And then Stain would be like, "Okay." So, yeah. You know, Deku was already technically a pro hero to begin with. I mean, like, he was skilled enough to be in a top 3, and he's beat Mirio quite a lot. He's beat a few of the big 3 members quite a lot. None of them could really touch him. He just denied them. I mean, like, it's more of the fact that he wasn't necessarily in UA the time they were in. If he was, he would probably decline the position of the big 3 and be the biggest one. Just kidding. I'm done playing around. But still, if he was in there with like the them 3, he would probably be the leader of them. More like since they're like the big 3, he would probably be like the one or something like that, or something along the lines of it. So yeah. So yeah, Deku didn't actually call for help this time because he knew full well he was able to handle someone of Stain's level, though he's like superhuman. And well, he did call the heroes to come by. They were like, "That was reckless, you shouldn't have done that, y'all could have got hurt." And then the couple realized that nobody's hurt except for the one for the native hero. And they were like, the cops would suspect something's up, but still would give the native hero the credit for capturing the hero killer. Because, well, logic. There's actually no logic to that. Hold on. The native hero's the one that almost died. It was the kids that saved him. And yet they give the credit to someone other than... I mean, granted, Endeavor was around, but he was fighting off Nomus. So how did they give... What? I'm sorry, I just start thinking about... That honestly doesn't make sense. Huh. Anyways, yeah. And so that's how Stain got. And you know, there was this flying Nomu that tried to get Deku. I mean, well, Deku lets the Nomu get him because, well, he's like, I could destroy this thing at any time. So he just lets it get him. And as if the chains were nothing, Stain broke out of him because he was using his physical strength, not his quirk. And Stain's quirk, mind you, is one of the weaker quirks because he has to actually cut someone. It isn't anything like explosions or making yourself stronger. He has to actually consume someone's blood just to stop it. So yeah, I mean, like, chains work like normal. I mean, like, against Senshu and he doesn't work out, the chains are gonna work like normal chains and he can't move because, well, he's a weakling. I'm sorry, but he is. He could probably give me a run for my money because I legit do nothing, but I could probably beat Shinju myself. So yeah. But as if it were nothing, Stain broke out the chains and legit cuts the Nomu's head off and release and does his bloodless binding technique, scaring not only the cops and students, but even the pro heroes and Endeavor, the second closest to the top pro hero out there. Even he took a step back. But then also yikes, that was bad. But also Stain, well, not Stain, Deku, who was still like half, who still had like half of Gilgamesh's power and control. Gilgamesh felt that type of power start overwhelming Deku, and sooner or later Deku was gonna be like unconscious. So Gilgamesh took over and fought back against Stain's Bloodlust with a bit of his own, making it like almost an even fight. So, yeah, it was like the clash is like a clash of hockey at this point, of Conqueror's hockey, the clash of Conqueror, the King of Color, or the Color of Kings, whichever it's called. And it knocked out a few people, and Endeavor was like barely standing yet by the point they were done, and Stain was just standing unconscious. He was out of it, like gone. And Gilgamesh, he was like, who is this guy? He was quite strong to be immortal, and to have the presence of a king is another thing too. So yeah. 21 minutes. Alright, we can still keep going. So, after that, we have the, crap, what's it called again? We have the Forest Training Arc, yeah. Now, let's see here. So, story continues after the, after Hero Killer got people within like a good 50-mile radius felt this like power emitting from a pinpoint section of where they found the Hero Killer at, all chained up in chains, and that he's everybody was like shaking in fear. And I would think there would be one crazy person that would be videotaping this and be in like the range of attack. It would be like knocked out. So while I'm saying this, let's just say the cops had found the phone, noticed that there was like Stain did something to make the hero start bagging up, and then I also see that Deku stood up, and his hair had changed completely gold his hair had changed completely gold, and his eyes became completely red. Therefore, Gilgamesh taking completely over. So I had to do some to have Gilgamesh start like entering into the world a little bit, because granted, Gilgamesh is still gonna give Deku some sort of power, but I'm trying to like, y'all just gonna see, y'all seeing a little bit in the future, because once it gets to that point, it's no longer gonna be a what if series. It's gonna be like a made up story by that point. So y'all just see. All right. Anyways, yeah. They would see that Deku's hair turned a bit golden and his eyes completely red, and he starts emitting the same type of feeling that not only started cracking the glass around them and make rocks start literally floating, because their willpower was so immense, it was actually changing the atmosphere a bit, and it started knocking people over. And even gotten to the point, once the cops that saw Endeavor start buckling and fall is when everything stopped. Hero Killer was passed out standing up, and well, Gilgamesh Deku was technically in control and the winner of the struggle of will, power of will. But at the same time, his hair turned back green and his eyes back to that greenish red color. So yeah, and Deku also passed out by that point, because well, having Gilgamesh take over is going to be more straining, since Gilgamesh is starting to gain more power after being sent to Deku. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I forgot how long of a period of break they had. So let's just say it was like about a 5 months break, and Deku would ask Gilgamesh what he did, because he would be somewhat aware that Gilgamesh had did something to counteract Stain's bloodless binding, and what's it? Gilgamesh would say, "I've done something that only a select few can do, something that only true kings can do. So don't worry about it," he would tell Deku. But if he can, well, Gilgamesh would say, "If I can, I will teach you. But I won't be expecting much because you don't have the potential of a king in you." Though Deku would kind of cringe at the fact he just said he doesn't have the potential to be a king, because, well, All Might pretty much offered him his Quirk, and he could have taken it and had the potential to become a king, but he just didn't. And Gilgamesh would say, even if you had the number one hero's Quirk, you still wouldn't have had the potential to become king. You don't have the charisma or the leading skills to be a king. Which Deku doesn't. Not necessarily. He started developing it, I'm not gonna lie, but he just doesn't have it. I'm sorry. He doesn't have the prowess to be a leader. I'm just hoping that later on in the series that Deku will actually become more, proud of himself. Because Bakugo's pride needs to be like halved. Deku could take some of that pride, and once his pride in leading and his because Deku could literally make friends with almost anyone quite easily. That's his charisma. He just doesn't have the leader skills because he's so much of a wimp. If he had half of Bakugo's pride, then yes, he would have the potential to become a leader, but he just doesn't right now. So I'm really hoping he has that type of character development in season 4. I hope he becomes more prideful in his abilities. But that's just wishful thinking. So boom. Yeah. Anyways, Gilgamesh would teach Deku how to use a spear, because Gilgamesh would notice that not a lot of people are using spears. It's either guns or swords. I mean, like, granted, he could teach him how to use a bow and arrow, but why not make him a spearman or a spear user? I'd rather him use a spear than a bow and run out of arrows. Well, he can't necessarily run out of ammo, but he's gonna have to keep his distance for quite a bit. And with the spear, though it's mid-range, it could also be long-range if you throw it hard enough. So, spearman it is. Or a javelin thrower. Whatever. Alright. So, yeah. Gilgamesh will be teaching Deku how to use a spear in 5 months, as best as he could. But, Gilgamesh is a jack of all trades. He doesn't know. He's not a master at anything. He just knows enough to actually put up a decent fight with one of them. With a master, so, yeah. Anyways, yeah, Deku would be proficient with the spear, and Gilgamesh would give Deku a powerful spear. I believe it would be the spear of Ligus. I forget, but the spear is quite powerful. I believe the power of the spear is ooh boy, I forgot. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna just pull some out my butt and say the spear is as powerful as All Might's 50% punch. Let's just say that. Meaning, Deku being able to wield a spear could literally like beat almost anybody in a fair fight. If it were a cheap fight, I don't know. I really don't. So, yeah. Now we have the Forest training arc. Hooray. Now we're here finally. Now oh my god. The Wild Wild Pussycats. Oh, that's such a stupid name. Oh god. Yay. The Wild Wild Pussycats would tell the students that they have to be at the other side of this forest by sundown, so they can eat dinner and rest, and then the real training can begin the next day. And this forest is not the forest of death, I believe it's the forest of something. Forest of monsters? Forest of shadows? Ay. No, I'm gonna just call it Forest of Death because that's probably like the closest to it. So yeah. Deku would say, screw that, I'm flying. The other would be like, wait, you have a flying quirk? Deku would say, no, but I have a ship that can fly. They'd be like, bullshit. There is no such thing as flying ship. As he summons this ship called crap, I forgot. Dang! I have to remember a lot. God damn it. Let's see. You know what? It's just a green ship, alright? Deku summons this green ship that could travel at the speed of thought. Which apparently is faster than the speed of light, funny enough. But yeah. Deku pulls out that ship, he jumps on it, and it starts floating, and everybody is dumbfounded, like, what the heck? And the Wild Wild Pussycats are like, well then. Okay. The rest of you meet the 4 of us over there by sundown, and they would leave. Deku's ship would start slowly flying over there, but all of a sudden be gone. And the rest of class 1 would be like, not fair! And Deku would be over there, just, you know, chilling, cooking up food. Because he's taught himself how to cook a little bit. Yeah. Yep. It's fun. And he would have like this entire buffet out and ready as soon as one student comes from the forest, and that one student would well, not Ida. Ida is that person that would try to look after everyone despite it being a test. Let's see. I would say Bakugo because he would be the angriest of them all, and he would just like blow up anything in his way just to get there. So Deku, half in control of Gilgamesh, would say, "Welcome, Kanchan. Want to help me set up the table for the rest? That'll be arriving in an hour from now." Bakugo would be pissed, try to throw an explosion at Deku. Deku would just stop him with the chains and say, either help me or I could just fling you back to the beginning of the forest. Bakugo freezes because he doesn't want to fight through all the monsters again. That's a fact. Nobody does. So he bites his pride, walks and helps him set up the table for the rest of the class, who as Deku predicted, an hour later, actually emerges from the forest. Everybody is tired and beat, and I'd say the Whoa Pussycats were there like 5 hours beforehand, already helping Deku. They saw Bakugo there like at the moment, and they already saw food all set up. Bada bee, bada boo, and yeah, everybody were like, they were like too tired to be angry at Deku, to be honest. And they was like, "Hey, y'all hungry? Come eat." Everybody groaned in pain as they waddled over to the table and started eating. There was nothing left for dinner the night after, so yeah. Now the next day came up, and it was time for them to train their quirks. Because, as they noticed before, the quirks are no stronger than they were previous. Everybody would be shocked by the news. Bada beep, bada boo. Training quirks. I call bullcrap on their training regiment, because they don't know what they're doing. They're like, just use your quirks a lot. That's pretty much what they just said. Oh, I don't know why. Because Bakugo's bones always hurt whenever he uses his explosions too much. So he could have done at least some like sort of bone training to make his bones more durable, and on top of that, make his bones much stronger. Todoroki burning and melting his ice. I mean, come on. Just give him a thing of ice that is too cold for him to melt, and have him practice melting the ice with his hands while trying to put out some sort of fire, some sort of like friggin' blue or white fire with his ice, and make his ice colder like that. I mean, like, there are ways to train quirks. They just chose the lazy way about it. It's really sad. I feel sorry for the Tate guy. It looked like he was torturing himself. But Kirishima and the Tail Dude, I'd say their training regimen was quite alright, actually. They were really sparring. I mean, Kirishima needs the durability, and the dude needs to make his tail stronger, so thumbs up for them. It's actually quite impressive. That's actually really good for them. But for everyone else, I don't really know. Invisible Girl's trainer, I don't know anything for Invisible Girl. All she has to do is just strep, and she's pretty much gone. I mean, my God. I don't even know how her character made it into 1A. I honestly don't. I really don't. But yeah, I don't think she's actually in Class 1A in this story. I think it's the Wind Dude. Yeah. Aya. I know the dude's name, I just don't know how to friggin' say it. Aww. Aisha. I'm just calling him Wind Dude, okay? I'm just calling him Wind Dude. I don't care. From now on, I'm calling him Wind Dude. I'm so done. Okay. Yeah. Wind Dude and Deku would pretty much be sparring, but Deku would be kicking his butt from Newport City and back. And Deku would ask one of the pro heroes to help the Wind Dude in sparring him, and the pro heroes were like, you can't take two people at once. Literally, before a minute passed, he has both of them on their hands and knees begging him to stop. I mean, like, it's the I don't remember the tiger dude's name, but yeah, it was pretty much his fault for underestimating Deku. Just because he's a pro hero doesn't mean he's the best. I mean, like, there are some students that are stronger than pro heroes. I mean, like, even Mario's a good example for that. Shit. But Yeah. That's how that happened. Then nightfall, Deku meets Kota. Kota tries to punch him in the balls, but then Kota stops feeling this like presence emit from him because Gilgamesh would kind of like kneel down and look at him, and the boy would he would actually start looking up to him, feeling the presence of Gilgamesh. Because, like I said before, Deku was a wimp, so a lot of things could have been done to him. I mean, like, there are a lot of people Deku's age that tried to say hi to Kota. Kota didn't punch them, but Kota punched Deku because Deku was so much of a pushover then. He's not now, and I'm glad for it, but godly. Just, God damn it. Yeah, so kid would start to look up to Deku because of the presence of Gilgamesh. Booyah. And would actually call him Oni-chan by accident. Big brother in Japanese, by accident. And Deku would be like, wait, what? I'm not your brother? But, and Kota would catch himself and be like, sorry. And then, like, runs away. And Deku would just be dumbfounded for, like, that one instant. And Deku, as he is now, can't even beat Muscular or All For One, so. Yeah. Yeah, I did that for a reason. Because there'll be times when Deku can't use the chain. Because Gilgamesh just won't let him. He has to like practice his spearmanship. And Deku already has a pretty powerful spear, so yeah. And so nightfall hits. The villains attack. Awesome. Yeah. I believe one of the I forgot which one it was. I forget which Pussycat member was looking for Toga. Well, not Toga, but freaking Kota. And let's just say Deku volunteered to go find Kota. And since Deku like already knew where his little hangout spot is, because Kota showed him in all the 50 cents before. Yeah. So we're reaching in 50 minutes. All right. So Deku runs up, finds Kota, and boom, Muscular's there. Deku tries to fight Muscular with a spear, and Muscular's like, "Wow, kid, you're actually pretty strong. But let's see how strong you are without the spear." As Deku jabs Muscular's shoulder, muscles wrap around the spear, and as Muscular literally backhands Deku into the mountain, he he takes the spear out and literally chucks it over the edge. A golden gate opens up and takes the spear back. Well, a golden gate doesn't open, but the spear like dissipates into nothing really, returning back to his inventory per se. And Deku is like wounded. Like, how can I explain this? His left arm is dislocated. He's bleeding profusely. His right arm is somewhat fractured, but he can still move it, unlike his left. One of his ankles is about twisted, and he's like, his entire face is pretty much covered by blood. So yeah. Muscular would say, "Before I kill you, we are looking for a guy known as the Katsuki Bakugo. We're also looking for something called Tokiyami, as well as this red-eyed kid known as Deku, or Izuku Midoriya. Do you know them? Deku will be like, wait, he's looking for me? Tokiyami and Kanchan? It would be at this point that Gilgamesh would take over, like somewhat healing them wounds off pretty close to instantly. Then his eyes would become glowingly bright red, hair golden, and Muscular would be like, oh, you Armador Doom. Gilgamesh like punches Muscular in the head so hard the collision could be heard throughout the entire forest. Monsters stopped and looked in that direction. Villains that were fighting other heroes stopped and looked in that direction. Even Bakugo, with his stubborn self, stopped and looked in that direction. Everybody stopped and looked towards where the sound came from. Muscular was pretty much done with by that point, but he was still somewhat conscious because he managed to harden his head just in time before impact. But the force of it, the shock went all the way to his brain and scrambled it all to hell. He couldn't even think properly, yet alone use his Quirk properly now. So when he tries to activate his Quirk around his arm, it like wraps around his leg, and he like somewhat falls. Like, he's still conscious, but he's like, his sense, his common, like his concept of what goes left and right is like all sorts of scrambled up within that one punch. So yeah, like, he's damaged, like the type of damage you don't want to be type damaged. Yeah. In other words, Gilgamesh had pretty much returned Muscular to the state of a child, not knowing his left from right. Hell, Muscular couldn't even speak properly. I mean, like, granted, he knows what to do, it's just that he can't talk properly anymore after that, nor understand what's left or right, so yeah. Oof. It was a bad punch, alright. Shit. I bet even All Might had kind of felt that punch from wherever he was. But yeah. It was pretty bad. Whew. Yep. Muscular then collapses a few minutes later because the type of damage pretty much wiped him of both stamina and well, consciousness. And so since Gilgamesh was technically in control the entire time, the point after that, because Deku's subconscious was pretty much not fading, but going to sleep. Because, well, you know, he lost a bit too much blood. So Gilgamesh walked over to Kota. Kota was like, thank you for saving me, big brother. And yet again. But Gilgamesh wouldn't do anything. He'd just be like, you're welcome. Picks up the kid and pretty much leaps off. He runs across Aizawa and drops off Kota near him. And Aizawa would say, I don't remember what he actually said. I think he said something about go to one of the Wild Wild Pussycats members, the one that does telepathy or something along the lines of it, and tell her that all students in class 1A and 1B are permitted to use their quirks in self-defense only. And so Deku drops off Kota. Kota relented to let go because he pretty much sees Deku as his big brother now. Gets off, stays with Aizawa, and Deku pretty much leaves. So when Deku gets there, he sees Split Spinner, or the dude with all the swords and one sword. He sees him, and he shoots a spear at the sword, literally breaking it into pieces, and then drop kicks the lizard, sending him flying into a tree unconscious. He decides to show off, does a flip, and sticks the landing, and talks to the I forgot her name. Talks to the lady. Tells her Aizawa said that all students. He told the lady to tell everybody via telepathy that Aizawa has given both classes 1A and 1B permission to use their quirks in combat. He also mentions that the villains are looking for him, Bakugo, and Tokiyami, and that anybody that can't, if they can't fight, they should run or hide. Bakugo, as obvious, will stick and fight. Tokiyami is out of control, because I'm pretty sure we all saw what happened. And they was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go fight them because I can actually do that and I'm strong enough to do so. But it's actually Gilgamesh in control, and they don't know that. They just think that the gold hair and the red eyes is a part of his quirk. So they don't know it's actually Gilgamesh talking. Though they did feel a different presence coming from Deku because, well, the change is just so obvious. They can't help but feel that he's a completely different person. So, yeah. They still check it up with it as a quirk, but I mean, it's pretty convincing. So, yeah. Alright, so now, here we are. Deku finds Tokiyami pretty much losing control, and he also sees that Todoroki and Bakugo are there, and he says, use y'all's quirks, create some light, weaken it so Tokiyami can get back in control. And they do that. Tokiyami's back in control. They were like, why didn't we think of this? It was so simple. But yeah, that happened at the cost of Silver Moon or something. Do with freaking sword teeth. Yeah, that all happened before he was knocked out. So yeah, Deku pretty much had to knock him out. Alright? I'm not gonna go through the entire battle of him freaking shooting his own teeth out at people. But if I had to, Gilgamesh would pretty much just summon the spear, chuck it. It would literally ram straight through him. Well, not ram straight through him, but impact on the ground in front of him and just blow up. Boom. Sending him flying into a tree, and boom, he's gone. He's knocked out. He done with. He over with. Alright? He done. He done for. He a goner. He a gone to Knuckles now. And Bakugo and Tokiyami, as well as Deku, will try to keep each other pretty much safe. They will look after each other's backs just to make sure they don't get got by any villains that are trying to get them. And then Mr. Compress comes by. Yay, Mr. Compress. Deku noticed him and would open the gate and just fire a random sword at him. And since the sword moves faster than he could compress, he would have to actually dodge it. He can actually do that because he can compress himself relatively quick. Quick enough to actually dodge it, actually. And with that, Gilgamesh would say, run. And they would start running. So, Now, at this point, Gilgamesh would see like this purple cloud, and dang it, I had her name not long ago. Oh, Diana? I forgot. I forgot if her name's Diana or something. But you know, the girl with the expansion quirk. There are so many names I have to freaking remember. It's annoying. I'm about to just call them off by their quirks. But y'all should know who I'm mentioning, though. I mean, like, y'all do know who I'm mentioning, because I know who they are. I just don't remember their names. I can remember a character and their characteristics easy. It's simple, but I can't remember their names. I just can't. I can only remember the main cast, which is pretty much dumb on my part, but it's better than nothing. God damn it. But yeah, they run through that purple smoke where Gilgamesh fires a let's just say he fires a bow staff off into the center of it, hitting some poor soul directly in the head, knocking him out, and thus his quirk was deactivated and the smoke dispersed. He would see two people there, a guy in complete silver and Iana. Iana. I honestly don't think that's her name, but you know what? I'm just going with it. I shouldn't do this if I don't know their name, but you know, here I am doing it now because I owe it to y'all, I owe it to myself, I owe it to the people that helped me get my channel as popular as it is now. My channel isn't popular at all. It's like noticed by like the people I respect. I like rainbows. Anyways, wait, what? Anyways, what was I thinking of? Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, Gilgamesh pretty much helps two people out while running from Mr. Compress. And in the end, all three of them gets got and taken to the hero, no, not hero, but the League of Villains hideout. Now, Deku will, no. Yes. He would leave a tracker there, no. He would, dang it, what was I thinking of? Before he got compressed, he dropped like this tracking device. You know, the box they now help them find the target with a tracker on them. He would leave that there. Alright? I don't remember the name of the damn thing, I'm sorry. And he would have a tracker on him before he gets completely compressed, because Gilgamesh, despite being cocky as hell, is actually one of the most strategic people in existence. But yeah. And so, the League of Villains would try to get them to join them. Gilgamesh, he doesn't really care in the long run, but his host wants to be a hero, so he's going to help his host become a hero. And since Gilgamesh is still in control at this point, he could honestly destroy all of them at any point in time. Bakugo is all like, hell no, I want to be a hero. And Bakugo, despite being the biggest villain of everything because of his attitude and the way he treats people, I can respect his hard work, really. He's dedicated to being a hero, so I can respect that. And then there's Tokiyami. Tokiyami doesn't break because he's like the other two. He wants to be a hero, but I just no, they don't have anybody with like a brainwashing quirk. So yeah, I would say they would brainwash them, but no, it wouldn't necessarily work. Not especially it wouldn't work, especially with Deku there. Well, Gilgamesh there, because it'll just be tough as. Not only, I mean, like, I believe there was one hero that had like what you call it, a brainwashing power that tried to brainwash the Gilgamesh before. I think I haven't seen the show in so long. All right, I'm sorry, but if there was, okay, they tried. I believe they failed because of his noble phantasm. That was the name of it. Son of a bitch. Yeah. But actually Gilgamesh has two noble phantasms now that I think about it. But yeah. And since they didn't want to help them, Shigaraki would take them to All For One, so All For One could take their quirks. All For One would start off with Gilgamesh because his quirk's the most powerful of them all, and even more powerful than All Might's. But realized he can't really take it. He'd be like, "What? A quirk I can't take apart from One For All? How can this be?" He would try to kill him, but Gilgamesh would like summon his chains and like block him because he's just that much of a boss. So yeah, that's how that good stuff happens. And whew, an hour-long video. God damn it. I'm so glad I actually have this free time, because if I hadn't done all my crap yesterday, I would be busy. And I wouldn't be able to do this. Huh. The things you do. Anyways. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. The chains. Yeah, Gilgamesh summoned the chains and pretty much blocked most of the villains and knocked them away from him, Bakugo, and that Tokiyami. So yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm so lost in thought right now. Yeah, the heroes will eventually make it there, following the tractor that I would say Momo found. No, I wouldn't say Momo found it because she created her own and put one on the Nomu. But Todoroki was still there when Deku, Bakugo, and Tokiyami got kidnapped, so he would see the device Deku left, and he would pick it up and take it too. Yeah, so Momo and Todoroki pretty much knows their location. Momo would give up her tracker device to the heroes, and before she creates another one, Todoroki would say, "Don't worry about it," because Deku had left one for us to use just in case you had actually did that. Well, he would probably think Deku did think that far ahead, but he really didn't. He just left that there for someone to find. It just happens to be that Momo did the exact same thing. Great minds think alike, eh? Oh boy. Actually, I think it would have that paper on there because Gilgamesh should be kind of a trickster, but I don't know. Anyways, the students, it'd be Todoroki, Kirishima, Ida. Who else was there? I think Momo was there. I don't remember. No. No, I don't think Momo was there. No, she wasn't. But I think in this instance for Deku, she would go. just to make up for Deku not being there this time around. But yeah, I believe it was just the 4 of them that were actually there. Yeah, it was just the 4 of them that was actually there. Huh. Because yeah, Todoroki created the ice thing. Hideout did this one thing. Okay, yeah, it was just 4 of them. Alright. In that case, that makes this a lot easier. Cool. So, yeah. There they are. There we have the 4 stowaways, the heroes colliding, and all the good stuff. Yeah, awesome. Alright, so here we are at the villain's hideout. The building's destroyed. Yeah. That would happen when All Might and All For One meet. And Bakugo was blowing the out of villains. Tokiyami uses Dark Shadow to help him fight off some villains himself, and here's Gilgamesh being an absolute king, just making them bow before him by whacking them on top of the head with some sort of pole, gracefully dodging them, just whacking them on top of the head, not even going all out. He's just playing with them at this point. Gracefully dodges one, whacks him on the back of the head, makes them literally land on their hands and knees, and they won't be able to move because the pain in the back of their head was just so but it wasn't enough to knock them out. In other words, he was just trolling with them, and they know it, which made them even more angry. But they had to respect his level of skill and control, so they can't stay mad forever. They were just disappointed in themselves for not being strong enough to actually take them. And so, now here's All Might versus All For One. I think I said Mirio had All Might's Quirk, so All Might's time limit is like low, because he thought he could like go ahead and retire with somebody like Mirio in control with his Quirk. And bada bad, because now that his time limit is like much lower, because he was doing hero work, wasting his time away because he thought he could just push control over to Mirio. Unless All Might dies. All Might dies without landing a single hit on All For One, thus pissing off Bakugo like crazy. He recklessly charges in at All For One. And Tokiyami does the exact same, because the symbol of peace is now dead. Gilgamesh Deku would be like, these imbeciles, and sees them literally get sent flying to him. He just steps to the side and just pops a pillow out, like legit right beside him, as they both collide into the pillow, and it like lands flat on the ground with them both somewhat unconscious. And now, since Gilgamesh is still technically in control, he thinks that he's gonna have to actually go all out against All For One, because his presence was the presence of a king, and he just defeated another hero that also had the presence of a king, but was also getting weaker. So, yeah, I mean, like, if All Might was actually, now I think about it, if All Might was any weaker than he was in the canon anime, he would have died. Huh. Guess he was lucky he gave it to Deku. Anyways, yeah, that's how that worked out. All Might did. Bakugo and Tokiyami out cold. Deku pulls out a blanket, covers them up, puts like an alarm clock right beside him, because he plans on finishing this up before that alarm clock goes off. And Gilgamesh He says, sorry, Midoriya, your body's gonna be hurting for a little while. As he becomes himself. Like, he forcefully removes the effect of the youth potion on him, thus for literally making Deku's body become the body of that of an adult. And these red markings start appearing on his body too. And adult friggin' Gilgamesh is here. Adult friggin' Gilgamesh is here, looking directly at All Might, and their presence, literally, emitting from them a glow. Friggin' All One's glow is red, while Gilgamesh's glow is gold. Like, their aura itself made the atmosphere so tense and heavy that anybody that was nearby them was literally weighted to the ground. They couldn't move. Even Shigaraki's like, what the hell is this? They aren't using their quirks. Why are their willpower so powerful? Wait a minute, how did the kid become an adult? Unless that was part of his quirk. Then I guess that would explain why he's able to stand up against a master, or something along the lines of that. And as the time draws nigh for both of them to start clashing, All For One asked a simple question: why is someone as strong as you a hero? And Gilgamesh would return with the historical answer: I am the king of heroes. Have been for the past, however long I've existed, really. And as much as I like to play between both roles, I would prefer to play one role for as long as I live. And since his host wanted to become a hero, he's gonna make him the best damned hero that ever existed. Which is going to happen because the fight is being recorded by airplanes, which are also being weighted down by the pressure. So the airplanes aren't as high as they're supposed to be. They're actually within clashing range. But you know Gilgamesh, he's watching out for everything around him, so he's got them protected enough. He can't protect them all the time because, well, he's gonna have to go somewhat all out against some, because he deems All For One worthy of going all out against. And so, as they both get ready to use their strongest technique to take out one another, Gilgamesh reaches out in front of him and calls forth Aya. And just like that, the world went completely silent as this, like, pillar with 3 prongs, like, appear. Not prongs, but like 3 rotating parts appear directly into his hand. All For One gets a sinister, like a crazy dangerous feeling from the sword and plans on retreating close to instantaneously. Shigaraki got the exact same feeling, as well as those that were around him. Hell, even Bakugo kind of woke up a little bit, feeling the this intense pressure coming from this one sword. Gilgamesh, concerning he was in control, said, and Kakezel tells All For One that this sword here is called the Sword of Rapture, Aya. It has the power to not only destroy the world, but all of existence. And All For One would be like, why the hell does such a weapon exist? He would also think that if I could take that from him, then I'll be the strongest in the entire universe. And then Gilgamesh will say, don't even try it, buddy. As if he read his mind. He also said that this sword can only be used by me, concerning he's the considering he's the only one that knows how to actually use the sword. Now, I forgot what the verse was to actually use one of the techniques, but yeah, you know, YOLO and stuff like that. So cool. And yeah, so Gilgamesh says this verse that he's supposed to say to activate the sword's true power, and as it happens, oh boy, winds, devastating winds, swirl around the sword. Power so intense it actually ruptures the space-time continuum a little bit, like ripping holes through reality, like peering into the abyss type, ripping through holes. Now he points the pillar at Off One and says, "Do you submit or should I fire?" Off One, terrified as hell, he's like, "I don't have a court that could counter this." He would try to compact wind as much as friggin' possible to concentrate a focal point, but it's not going to be enough for the winds surrounding the sword. Now, he fires rapturing winds straight towards Off One, and Off One releases a powerful wind blast, rivaling Saber's Excalibur's sword beam, and they clash for a little bit, but soon, like very soon, not long after, Off One gets overpowered by Aya's power. So yeah, good times. And Gilgamesh managed to hold back enough not to kill him. Good times, might I say. Very, very good times. Whew. Just that. Off One is dead. Well, not dead, but Off One's contained. He's done for. Boom. Game over. Off One is down. And yeah. The universe, well, not universe, but something in existence notices that Gilgamesh is still there, and like literally not like pulls literally half of Deku's body apart. Deku now alive, and Gilgamesh has his own body. Like, boom. It's like kind of a bit shocking. Everybody be like, "What the hell?" Even Off One's like, "What the hell?" Shigaraki, "What the hell?" And Deku, his eyes are still like half green, half red. And Gilgamesh be like, "There, good. I'm glad I gave you half of my power before I got split like this. Else you'd no longer be able to be a hero. But hey, as a parting gift, I guess I'll give you this spear." And stuff like that. But Gilgamesh also says that he won't be leaving yet, because he's still technically supposed to like die as a soul, but he has a human form now, so he can't necessarily die anymore. So yeah, good times. And that's where it will stop right here. Because I guess you could say Gilgamesh is going to try out to be the #1 top hero, because he's bored. But anyways, the rest of that is going to be in the next part of this. And I know I'm closing off pretty damn quickly to the end for this to be just, what, part 4? But part 5 will be the endo. Hot. Tired. My brain hurts. I'm a confused puppy. Fuck, man. Anyways, yeah. And I believe 5 is going to be the final practical exam. No, not final practical. The final hero exam. Cause yeah, good stuff. Where this exam will be where everybody can get their hero license. Granted, everybody will be sad All Might is dead, but no great hero lasts forever unless you're freaking Gilgamesh. But anyways, that's all for today's vid, my bros, my fam, my Baka fam. Baka Pro will be talking to you in part 5 of What If Deku Has Gilgamesh, part 5 of Latel. I said part 5 a lot. Don't mind me. I'm Baka. I believe I said I was going to do another What If series. I forget. Yeah, I did say I'm going to do another What If series. Be sure to look forward to the What If I Was in My Hero, because that's the next What If I'm going to be doing right now. So, dab on the haters, my bros, and I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye.